Howdy, howdy, everybody. How are y'all doing? Happy Friday to you. And it is early in the morning here. Not early. What time is it? 10:20? That ain't early.
It's 10:20.
Hold on, I gotta check his voicemail. Junk. Anyhow, hope y'all all doing okay today. And I think we will wait a few more minutes, get some more folks in here. Cajun Resellers in here. Good to have you here as well. He says a Friday live. Yay. Yep, Friday live. I was going to do a pre-recorded, but I didn't. So I said, well, we'll just come on here live and chat. Our last video didn't do so good. Didn't do good at all, actually.
It did okay. It just wasn't what we thought it was going to be.
10 folks in here. Let's see. Matthew's in here. Good to have you here as well. Flipping Mama 5. Good morning. We got up. We came over here at 6 this morning. Did our shipping. I think we had
8
go out on eBay today. Got that done. Got some listings done. I think I listed 12 today, 11 or 12, something like that. And we had to go back. Courtney had to do the little bit of schooling, so we did that. Was over at the house for about 3 hours. Now we're back over here. I figured we'd come on here live for a little bit before we start cleaning again. We gotta
clean. It is a red.
We haven't done anything really since during that break over Christmas. Like, we kind of stopped with the shop and everything because we were going to try to open up the middle of January, but now I'm going to push it till after the baby's born. And I mean, I don't want this close to being delivery for Miss Courtney to get the COVID, and you know, I don't want, it ain't worth that risk. We're going to wait till after the baby's born. That way, if we do get COVID, there won't be any complications with the baby and the pregnancy. So we're putting that on the back burner for now. Hey, Frank, Eric Bischoff, Yakov, good to have you here as well. Hope you're doing well. 1046 Fireman. Hey, we're glad to be back. Kevin, good to have you here as well. And AJ. But yeah, so we've been taking kind of a break, reevaluating things.
We're real close to due date.
Yeah, like 3 weeks away, so we're just kind of hanging out. And I mean,
slacking a little bit.
Out of stuff really to list on eBay. We need to go sourcing for eBay. Did that. Had a good fourth quarter though. eBay got our promoted listings fixed again, so now our sales are back decent.
Finally.
On that account. And I mean, been some crazy times. 2020 went out. Thought, hey, and then 2021 come in with a bang. So we'll just have to see what happens. I guess that's all we can do.
So happy New Year, everybody.
Yeah. Happy New Year. And we were sick for a little bit. Well, not really. A little bit was sick, and Allie's sick.
They were more just sinuses.
Yeah, real congested, coughing, sinus issues. I got a little bit of it and wasn't feeling good for a couple of days, but I'm all right now. Getting back there. Miss Courtney was good. So
taking that Claritin.
Yeah, that Claritin, man. Sudafed too. Can't get that generic Sudafed though. You got to go to the counter and say, "Give me the good junk." You know. Funny story with that. You know, they scan your license when you buy Sudafed because of the pseudoephedrine in it. People use that to make the drugs. And last year, right pre-pandemic, Walmart was clearancing out a bunch of cold medicine. And it wasn't like anything it was just over the counter, nothing in it but like your normal cold medicine stuff. Didn't have no pseudoephedrine in it or anything like that.
Hey, Common Post Picker.
And I went up in there and I bought a few of them and come back, did some research on them, looked them up on like Camel, that kind of thing, because there was a bunch of them. And went back down there and I said, okay, I can make some good money at this. And this was pre-pandemic. This was last December, maybe November. So I went down there and I loaded the carts up. I mean, we bought hundreds of bottles of this cold medicine all over the place. Well, at the one store down here, I got my buggy loaded up and I go in there to scan. And as I'm walking towards the register, the store manager stops me and he said, "Hey, what are you doing with all that cold medicine?" I said, "I'm buying it." He said, "You ain't buying all that." I said, "What do you mean I ain't buying all that?" He said, "We got a limit of 3.
I thought it was 5.
And I said, what are you talking about, a limit of 3? He said, yeah, because people make the meth out of it. And I said, hey, don't nobody make meth out of this. And I said, I'm a reseller. You know, that's when I first talked to him at this store, told him what I was doing. Anyhow, he let us buy it, and we did pretty good during the pre-pandemic with that stuff. But yeah,
people weren't real happy with us though.
The pseudoephedrine's good for colds. Anyhow, that's the best thing we found for being sick. Can I return 2021? I'd like a full refund, please, because it's within 30 days. No kidding. Yep, we're doing good this morning. Southern Yankee Flipper, good to have you here as well. And yeah, we're doing good this morning. But we was gonna do a pre-recorded, but I really didn't have that much to film.
Not really. It's raining and nasty.
We was dealing with a Karen on eBay, like
a real full-blown
Karen. And I was going to film that, what happened with it, because she was threatening to leave me bad feedback if I didn't refund her, and, you know, that extortion thing. And I told her she ain't getting a dime. So I'll probably film that once I make sure it's over. I'll probably film that and upload it. That lady does know the YouTube channel because it was on our thank you card, so she will see. I don't want to lay my cards out on the table yet. You know what I mean, in case she sees it. So that'll be coming up. Shipping question. Sure, shoot it. We still got packages from November that's still
out,
gone.
Mm-hmm.
No idea.
Good morning, Stephen.
The huge shipping delay over Christmas was bad. It wasn't bad, but it was bad. If you know what you're doing to protect yourself, you'll be all right. But we got, like, in a period of a week, from like the December 24th to the 29th or whatever, we got like 5 negative feedbacks during that week.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
Yankee Southerner, hello.
Got them all removed, but it's still, I mean, as long as you can get the feedback removed, that ain't an issue, but that takes time away from having to sit there on the phone and chat or whatever with eBay for an hour. So, I mean, you figure that's 5 hours gone.
Kent said, did you fix your eBay store?
Yeah, it fixed itself on December the 22nd, like 3 days before Christmas. Everything went back to normal. Promoted, shot back up, higher than actually what they were before.
Okay.
Still don't know the issue, why it did it, what happened.
Here's is a 2-piece question.
I see very lightweight packages delivered to me that don't weigh anything, and they come from UPS. Is there a way to ship packages that are under 16 ounces that are a better method for using first class? Sorry, I worded this poorly. I know what you're saying. A lot of times, bigger shippers and companies will have contracts for, I believe that's how it works for, you know, shipping companies like UPS, FedEx, and even with the USPS. And basically, they charge them a flat rate per number of packages they're sending out a month for first class items. And it's like dirt cheap, so that's the reason you'll see them items getting sent out that way, due to that shipper's contract with them. I think something similar to that, but as far as like small-time sellers or medium-sized sellers selling on eBay, probably not. First class would be your best way to go. Everything I shipped is stuck, and yeah, I mean, them distribution centers for the USPS are backed up bad. And what I think had happened is last year, Amazon and FedEx or UPS, they squabbled with their contracts. And Amazon still does use UPS and FedEx. I think they use FedEx. I may not, but they still use them carriers.
No, they use it because your bubble wrap came FedEx.
Yeah, they use them carriers, but not as much as they did in the years prior. So a lot of their merchandise now is going through USPS. So the USPS was not anticipating or set up to handle the amount of packages that came from Amazon and Walmart.com this year. So it just basically flooded them and caused the
backup.
I sold something that weighs 5+ pounds. Seems the best shipping option is FedEx Ground. Never printed labels through eBay and FedEx. Does it work the same? Yep, same way. You can print UPS and FedEx labels on eBay now. Just print them off, drop them off at the UPS or FedEx location, or whoever does pickups. We do it at CVS and John Deere Place for UPS, but yeah. And
also, when you print, sometimes through UPS or FedEx labels
If you're doing them in bulk.
in bulk. Sometimes it's mainly a customs form. You have to go to like your Dymo.
Sometimes it'll print the
Thing.
label out itty bitty if you're doing them in bulk
Yeah.
printing, so you may have to print that label individually. But that's how it is with us anyhow. But also look at your regional rate boxes, or maybe a medium flat rate if it's cheaper, fit in there too. Punishers, let's talk about it. And Carol.
I guess.
Frank Banner, good morning. Glad you got your store fixed. Enjoy watching your content. Thanks. Thank you. Makes sense. They only come from bigger companies. Yeah, there's something to do with their contract, and they get a set amount, flat rate. You know what I mean? Number.
Infamous Stacker.
Don't quote me on it though, but I'm almost certain something to do with that. Chrissy Perry, infamous stacker.
You're jumping. You skipped Russell.
Yeah, Russell, Chrissy, and them. They sent us that thing. We got to show. We're gonna show in our next video.
Yeah.
So thank y'all for that. Hashtag eBay for life. But yeah, I mean, the packages will get there when they. I mean, there's nothing you can do about it. You can open up a mail search, or, you know, because in order to file a claim with USPS, anyhow, you have to do their mail search thing or whatever first. Technically, you have to go through them steps. So as soon as we get a report saying their item's not there, we just go ahead and open up that. That way, if it don't get there, we can claim the USPS or whatever insurance on it. But I mean, as far as like the way, there's nothing we can.
Unless
Buyers can't do anything. It's gonna get there when it gets there because it's backed up right now. So if somebody opens up a case, usually what I'll do is I'll just re-upload the tracking in there and say, hello, due to the extreme delays of USPS, there's nothing we can do. You know, it'll get there soon, hopefully, and
within a few days, let us know. Stuff like that.
I'm having a huge yard sale tomorrow. Nice. You wouldn't be having one here. It is cold and rainy. Have a mental health channel and am a reseller too. Awesome. Mental health is always important. Good morning. Hope you're doing well. If you have a customer that doesn't pay after 48 hours as required by eBay, do you leave them negative feedback or do you just relist the item? I know you can.
I'd relist.
Technically, per eBay policies, after the 48 hours, you have to open an unpaid item case against the buyer. So open up the case, and then after 4 more days, once the case is open, so 6 days altogether,
Here's
then you can.
Part of his.
After the 4 days is up, you can close the item, payment not received case, and then relist the item. Then technically, you can't leave in a negative feedback. I don't even know if you can do that for a buyer that didn't pay, but it really doesn't do anything.
But if you buy something and you cancel your order, you can still leave them a feedback.
Yeah, but I mean, as far as them not paying, you gotta, per eBay policies, go through the steps. After 48 hours, open up the item, you know, not paid case or whatever it is. Wait 4 more days, then close the case and relist. That's just how it is with eBay. Some eBay sellers, myself included, has done and probably will do it again, but I mean, it's risky because you could get a negative feedback or issues. I just cancel their order if they don't pay after 48 hours on some things.
Let it go.
That's what I do. But I usually say they asked for it, even though they didn't, or there was a problem with the buyer's address, something. But I would recommend for you to open up the case, let it run 4 more days, and then close it. And
Big Jim said good morning. Yes, she is lower now. I can breathe a little better.
Man, she was kicking we could watch her stomach last night, like kicking the fire out of her.
He told me it was an alien.
Like an alien inside of her. Roll Tide, heck yeah. Ohio State, man. Justin Fields, he's a good quarterback. They got a good defense, very good offense, really good offense. But coming up Monday, if they get to play, because they're trying to postpone it due to their players and COVID protocol, it's going to be a good game either way.
It's going to be one for the books.
I mean, Alabama's still going to beat them, but I think
It's just amazing that Clemson had 11 games under their belt, and Ohio State only had 6, and yet they whooped Clemson.
Well, Clemson played a bad game.
That's true, they did. Yellow Brick Road reselling.
Their
Good
quarterback,
morning.
he's already looking to the NFL. He didn't
care.
He's already going to be probably the #1 draft pick. Dirt Road Picker, I love that name as usual. John, good to how do you do receipts for taxes from yard sales? Just write down what I pull out. There's different ways you can do this. Consult with your CPA. You can either, one, total up the whole amount you spent and then, say this morning we spent $250 and then lot the items together that way, instead of individualizing them. Or you can take your receipt book or a notepad with you and say I spent $350 at this address, $450 at 123 Hill Drive. There's different ways you can do that. We just use like a general, like how much we spend that day on what items. Ever have problems with FedEx? As long as you got a paper trail, though, that's what's important. You have a consistent paper trail. Adjusting your weight and size and then bumping up the extra charge numbers. Yep. And
But it's with UPS.
FedEx ain't the only people that do that. We've had a bunch of issues with UPS doing that. I don't know. It's something happens. Don't know how to fix it. I know that multiple times my measurements and weight were right, but I still get the upcharge.
Because sometimes we even round our weight.
Yeah, and I always round my weight up. If it's like 11.1, I'll say 12. If it's a 12 1/4, I'll usually round up to 12.5, size wise.
Whatever you can, the next highest one.
I don't know, just something happens. We just eat it.
Gary says, good morning, I am late. You're not really that late, Gary. It's okay.
Can Ohio State
No.
and Bama both lose?
No, only Ohio State.
I mean, if they don't play, people that don't pay, put them on block bidder list so they cannot bid on anything else. Yeah, you can do that. I have had people too that buy something, turn around and cancel it. So I request to cancel it, and then as soon as you cancel it, like an hour later, they come back and rebuy it.
I've had that on Macari too.
They better not postpone. Yeah, heck yeah, they better not. But they talking about it. Caught the ankle through the belly.
I'm sure that's what I feel half the
What
time.
if I grabbed her?
She wouldn't do nothing but kick you. Actually, she'd kick me.
Jump on the momentum board. Nice.
More power to you.
Yeah, we're about out of stuff to list. We're kind of in a limbo. That's kind of where we're at, a limbo.
Thank you so much for answering my question. Appreciate you guys. I'm glad you're doing
You're
well.
welcome.
He said then his sister smacked. That's probably because it hurt after.
He said, go Bucks. Been recently even thinking about giving Amazon a try. Any suggestions?
Start slow.
Start slow. Learn it.
Don't buy a whole bunch of inventory at once.
Yeah, start slow. Learn the platform. Buy from reputable places. And, yeah. And if it's not new, don't sell it as new. Nice. Number 3 as well in August. Did you ever get moved over to Tennessee yet, or are you still out in Cali?
He's probably still in Cali. He's probably still in Cali.
Yeah.
You could have just asked your brother. He would have known.
Well, I mean, he's right here.
That's true.
You
talk to your brother more than...
Yeah. So.
My son went to Clemson. My daughter went to Alabama, so I have a lot of money invested in each school.
I can imagine. They're 2 good schools. I guess Clemson's a good school.
Couldn't tell you.
Anyhow. But yeah, we're just kind of in a limbo right now until after the baby's born. We're going to film what we can when we can. I mean, there's just nothing really to show.
Not around here anyway.
And, man, that yesterday video, 6 thumbs down. And I didn't even say nothing in that video Usually I say at least one or two things political,
Shanti.
but I didn't say nothing in that video. I think it was the long intro, because I had a pretty long intro to that, like showing us pulling up in the car and then walking in here.
Well, it shouldn't matter. I mean, Sean's here, and then
Patriot Picker. Good to have you. I like that name too, Patriot Picker. Man, y'all shouldn't even be able to hold that title. I'm just kidding.
It is what it is.
Y'all had a good team. No Joe Burrow. But yeah, I mean, what else we got going on?
Nothing.
Been watching the news, buddy.
Let's not even go down that road.
Bad stuff.
I don't want to bring politics into this.
I'm a politic kind of guy.
That is true. Well, it was a mess yesterday. We'll just put it that way.
Unreal.
Lag.
Lag. Good to have you here as well. We won in real season where you actually had to play all your games. Alabama has played most of their games. And I mean, y'all won one season. We got how many national championships does Alabama got?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, LSU Jinx Tigers.
It's gonna be 6, 7 in the past decade. Yeah, gotten some flack for mentioning God on my channel. I usually the thumbs down don't bother me, but usually whenever we get a bunch of them like that, I'm trying to figure out, okay, well,
where did it go wrong?
What caused this reaction? Because if I can know what caused that reaction, one, I can put more emphasis on that to invoke more action, or two, I can avoid that in the future, you know what I mean, to grow the channel. But I didn't say nothing political in that video.
No, I don't think so.
Politics will kill your eBay channel.
Straight up tank it.
If you have a lot of, let's see. If you have a lot of different views.
Teeny Tiny Treasure said, how's the storm coming?
We put a hold on it till after the baby. It's kind of just where it was. Just kind of.
I mean, we've done some, but
we're just kind of dragging it out till after the baby's here, because Miss Courtney don't need to get COVID right before giving birth. And anytime you're interacting with the public like that, there's a good chance you will be exposed to COVID. Like, we've really quit going anywhere. We're not going to stores.
Unless we have to.
This past since before Christmas, just to mitigate that risk. Unless you look, they're gonna sad for a few years. Yeah. Roll Tide. See, I wished I had that issue. You know what I mean? So much stuff to list. Bama destroyed us this year. I mean, a lot of teams did.
Yeah, what just
I'm just picking.
That is true.
Oh, Sean. Yeah. I mean, going back to that, I do try to learn from, okay, if this video does good, maybe we should do more of this. If this video gets a lot of thumbs down, it's unusual for us, like 6 or 7 or 8 or 10, then I look at saying, hey, well, what we do during this? And if I made a political comment, I usually just assume that's probably what it was. Because, I mean, we do try to learn and to grow. But anytime you bring politics over, I got to go answer the door. I'll be right back.
Let's see. That's true, Big Jim. You can't turn down haters. I mean, haters are going to hate regardless. I'm trying to see who it is. Guess it's nobody important. Let's see. 3 packages in limbo over 3 weeks. It was crazy. Yes, our Birmingham distribution center, his uncle actually drives for the mail truck. And he said it is miles upon miles of backed up trucks. So it's going to be slow. Thank you, Russell. We're trying. Yeah, give it probably another week and those will be out of Birmingham. We haven't done any online auctions recently, Kevin. But we normally use HiBid. Let's see. That's probably a good reason to have 2 channels. Because haters are going to hate. No, Kevin, it's not the popo at the door. That is true. Everybody's going to hate and be mean. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up. It keeps jumping. I'm glad they're going through. Thanks for your help. More than welcome. Like I said, it just takes a little bit to come through Birmingham because they're so backed up. Things people aren't supposed to talk about, do things that need to be talked about. Exactly. I mean, everybody's going to have their own opinion. Karen's, politics, all that stuff. I actually couldn't tell you that question, Patriot Picker. I don't keep up with that, believe it or not. I know it's been quite a few. I'll have him answer that when he comes back, wherever he decided to run off to. There's no telling. I don't even hear him, so. I don't really know how to keep y'all entertained. It's kind of bad, ain't it? You can all just agree and still be civil, or that used to be the case. That is true. I'm mainly the organizer and tell them what to do. I don't really, I mean, I list some, but it's preferably easier things. Hello, Derek from California. I do not sing, Kevin, so you can forget that. Everyone is feeling better, yes. Lily and a little bit and Allie. They both still have some snotty noses, but I think it's more the weather change, sinuses. Because it'll be 70 one day, and then today, like all week, it'll be 40 this week. So it's kind of a crappy weather. Of course, I didn't never get sick, so wasn't an issue with me. It's just kind of weird. Must be having to entertain. That is true. There's no flu anymore because apparently, that took it out. So now it's just corona. The baby is supposed to be due February 6th, but we will probably have her before then. Because I am about ready to be done with it. More power to you, Derek. Just take it slow and don't overwhelm yourself. I'll probably have her at the end of January. If everything goes according to plan. Yes, Cajun, less than a month. His beard doesn't bother me. I mean, I'm just waiting on it to get the original color, because if I color it again, it'll probably be stiffer than a board. If you ever bleach your hair, or I should say bleach your beard and then dye your beard, it makes it real stiff. Yep, Sean, not much longer. I use Macari. Colton doesn't really use Macari much. I just started it. I only have like, I don't know, 10 listings, I think. I'm kind of slow at it. Let's see how many I have, and I can tell you. I've only sold 13 things through Mercari. I have 15 listed on Mercari. Hang on. Somebody's knocking on our door again. I'm coming.
Y'all just bear with me. This is crazy.
Okay. So, okay, let's see. Is the room you're in part of your house or separate altogether? This is actually our part of our store that we have. We rented a building, and the back part, what you see, is our eBay, and then the front part, it's going to be part of our storefront store, as well as part of our other building that we got right next door. My last checkup was good. Gained more weight than I wanted to, but hey, it happens. My next one is Tuesday, so we'll see how that goes. That is true. The process on Mercari is pretty easy. eBay's not bad. I mean, like I said, I don't list as much as he does on eBay because all the keywords and all that kind of throws me in. But it is what it is. It's very interesting, I'm telling you. He said he'd be back in a minute, so we'll see. Popo don't have them. I think he's actually talking to the neighbor. Mercari is probably easier to start out with than eBay, but don't jump a bunch of platforms. If eBay's wanting something you want to do, you have a bigger clientele on eBay, and a lot more stuff can sell a little bit quicker on eBay. But don't just start jumping platforms. Like if eBay is what you want to start on it slow. Figure out your keywords, figure out what's best works for you, stuff like that. So it's not been good. Been good does 3,200 in sales since November. We aren't getting rich, but it allows my wife to stay at home while we do virtual. That is another good thing. Both my kids do online school, so I completely agree with that. It's just basically extra pocket change. I mean, I don't have, like, if I spent all day listing on Mercari like he does on eBay, then I would probably have a pretty good pocket change too, but I just don't. Hi, Joe Deals. I am in the process of transferring everything from Poshmark to Mercari, just because Poshmark takes so much time sharing your closet and constantly on that. My sales on Poshmark are like once a month, if that now, because I'm not sharing and listing like I was. It's just Poshmark. I'm trying to get away from Poshmark. Thank you, Patriot Picker. Don't quite know where he went off to, but thank you. Yes, Derek, we have a name. She is Crimson Bell, for those of you who do not know. Everything is not necessarily free shipping. You can do it where they can take the shipping fee out, depending on the size and the weight of your item, or you can choose to ship it, which would be free shipping, but you can also ship it how you want to ship it. Like to send a 1 pound 3 ounce box on Mercari for me would go to UPS, and then it's like $9.99 to ship it that way. Or I can ship it myself and send it USPS, and it not cost near that. We kind of put it on a slow, like we're just doing it when we want to do it right now, waiting on Crimson to be born. But we'll probably do our grand opening probably around the first part of February. Kat at the Nurse Flipper, she puts in a lot of time to list. She does a lot of jewelry and stuff like that. I haven't watched one of hers recently, but it's just got to be, I guess, keywords, or she's listing constantly while she's at work, because she's also a nurse. She is not going to be an LSU Tiger. She's going to be a 100% Bama fan. Yes. Hey, Miss Jennifer. Hi, Robert. They must be on the other side, whoever he's talking to. I hear stuff through the walls. No, it's not a mouse. Are you finally back? Are you finally back?
Yeah, I'm back. Everybody leave?
No. Probably didn't do a very good job entertaining, but there's a cabinet there.
I'm back. Sorry, had to. Look how dirty I got.
What did you do?
Y'all see it? Man, I am filthy.
Storage.
Yeah. What I miss?
Not much. Patriot.
Do you do your
Patriot
inventory yearly to check what's listed on whoever? Yeah, we do that. Sure do. Sure do. Story time.
Talking about how Kat makes about 6 figures. What we're doing wrong. I said she just puts in a lot of work.
Can't hide money.
Well, she works a lot.
Yeah, she does. She does.
She puts in her work.
She does. What all I missed?
Oh, nothing really. I'm just trying to
We was
catch up.
got a new fan shroud for an exhaust fan on the other side delivered, and some lights.
He gonna
Bunch
put
of
them
LED
in?
lights.
Or we gotta put them in.
He is.
He's not doing that today, is he?
I told him we wasn't no big hurry since we were kind of just limboing it out here.
How many years have we been doing eBay?
Since November of 2018. Right?
I don't know. I don't keep up with that.
Yeah, and then we went full time in like January, February 2019. So technically we've been full time for 2 years.
Well, Patriot Picker, if you come back and watch the aftermath, that's how long we've been doing it. He left. He had to go.
Yeah, a while. And yeah. Did I miss anything else?
Nope. I've been trying to keep up.
Buddy, it is cold over next door. Do you folks do live action? Auction or action?
Auction.
We do live action all the time.
Auctions? No, we don't. Not on YouTube.
Yeah. What was y'all talking about? Kat making 6 figures? What I missed?
Stephen asked.
Tommy. That's Tommy. Stephen.
Oh wait, hang on. Let me get Stephen's.
Hold on. What Tommy say? I think Tommy brought up a good point to that.
She has 2 helpers.
Oh.
She puts in full-time hours.
Yeah, Kat does.
She does a lot though.
Here's what I think the big difference versus part-time versus full-time. You got pros and cons to both. Okay, being part-time, you're not dependent on that income. You may be to an extent, extent dependent on that income, but you're not really. You're getting paid regardless. Therefore, you can be more picky, more choosy. You can set your ASP high. You're only selling $50, $60 items, and if it sells, it sells. If it don't, it don't. If you can go out yard selling, fine. If you can't, whatever. You know what I mean? You're not as committed to it. You can be more, I want to say, picky and choosy, but I don't really want to say that because that may construe what I'm trying to get across. Being full time,
you can be more stingy with what you.
You've got to make every dollar count. Every dollar adds to your bottom line, and you're constantly thinking, about the next month. You're trying to stay up on trends. You're trying to find out the next good item for you to keep flipping, the good next evergreen thing, how you're going to make your money next month, or you're always looking forward to the next, and you're constantly worried about the cash flow. Because if you're worried, what am I trying to say here? Headspace, I guess. But being part-time, it wouldn't take up, I don't think, as much headspace because it's not something you're depending on for your income. Whereas if, like me and Courtney, are depending on reselling for our income. So we're constantly trying to diversify platforms, figure out what needs to go where, what we need to do here, what we need to do there, looking at months ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Because if something happens like this past fourth quarter with our eBay store, and if we weren't prepared for that being full time, that could have been a huge, huge blow. But since you got to prepare yourself, in case this happens, do we got enough income coming in? But a lot of
Frank.
See, Frank, but a lot of part-timers put in as much or more hours as most full-time resellers.
Yep.
And could that equate to, well, that's their hobby, they're passionate about eBay reselling or selling on Amazon, flipping things, so it's fun, you know what I mean? And it's fun for us to a certain extent, but when you depend on this, it's a job, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, do I like reselling? Is it my favorite thing I would want to do in my part-time? No. I mean, it's work, Technically, I kind of hate it, but I do it because I enjoy it to an extent, and it makes money, and I'm in control of it.
Hey, Amy.
I don't know where I'm trying to go with that, but somewhere I'm trying to go with it. But yeah, a lot of part-timers put in as many hours as full-timers, and they're bringing in twice as much money.
Mm-hmm.
But why is that?
They're probably listing bigger items.
And they're focusing on one thing.
Probably.
Maybe. I don't know.
Hey,
I wonder why that is.
We're good. eBay sales are getting better. Slowly, but they're getting better. Crimson is good.
Kicking the fire out over. Hey, Cheesy.
Waiting on her to
roll
get
tide,
here.
Cheesy.
Tommy needs to recover from eBay
jail.
He's
been going. He's been
Tommy, are you in eBay jail again?
I think he's been in eBay jail for a while. I'm up to 100 whopping listings and can use promoted listings now. Sadly, I reached sales listing limit in 2 weeks, and I'm stuck until next week.
Kent said responsibility to meet bills makes the difference.
Yep, 100% with that. Yep. Yeah, because we can't, as Tommy I seen there, he says that part-time can reinvest 100%. Yeah, they can.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have to worry about maybe they get health care too through their job. They don't have to worry about that.
That's true.
Which we're kind of lucky where that goes. I got the VA health care. Wonderful VA.
Yellowbrook Rose says, do you find it harder to balance YouTube and reselling, spending time on income producing tasks?
Yes, 100%. If I was not doing YouTube, I could resell a lot more, I think. I'd probably burn myself out a lot more, though. And people think, well, YouTube pays you money, so you're getting paid for that, which we are. But I mean, it's not even enough to cover the internet bill, hardly.
Mm-mm.
So I mean, I do YouTube because I enjoy it and it's fun.
Derek wants to know.
And even though we're doing a reselling channel for the most part, it takes my mind, it gives me something extra. So it makes the reselling job less monotonous.
Derek wants to know, is it worth the time reselling on eBay? They're thinking about starting it this year.
Heck yeah, it's worth the time. 100%. You can sell one thing a month, 100 things a month, 1,000 things a month. However big you want to go, however small you want to go.
Start small because they're just starting.
I mean, yeah.
But don't jump to multiple platforms.
To anybody. But I'm available full time, especially this community. Yeah, he got a good job too. You could do Grizzly Adam. That was a fail.
Epic.
Absolute fail.
Epic fail.
I wrote you on IG.
Instagram. Let's catch it.
When do you send us a message on Instagram?
I don't know. It may have been when we were hacked that time.
I don't see it. Do you?
Mm-mm.
You may have to send me another message because I don't see it.
Okay, it may have been like.
Now I'm back 14 weeks ago. Resend it for me. That's better. Needing the income. Yeah, it is. It is. That's a very good point. Huge point, actually.
A lot of people think reselling is easy, but my aunt saw me checking comps and cleaning items and listing, and now she tells everybody that reselling is not easy.
It's not. It's not. There's certain aspects of it are, but the actual work part of it is like, I like sourcing and going out and buying stuff, but man, it gets old after a while even doing that. You know what I mean?
Robert said you already burned out your beard. I told him if we dyed it again, it would make it stiff.
Yeah, it was an epic fail. That was for another YouTube channel. I've been doing research on the YouTubes and trying to figure out another channel to actually make money. And apparently pain videos do pretty good.
Just not when I whip him. It's got to be when your brother whips you. YouTube will pay off in time. It's like planning.
Yeah, it is. It is. And I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk bad about YouTube in any way. But YouTube is one of them that's not a dependable income. I mean, anything can happen on YouTube. You can get banned. You can get striked out. You know what I mean?
Certain restrictions.
You can say certain things that makes a lot of your viewers not want to watch you. You can...
Haters.
I mean, there's a lot to YouTube, and especially in the reselling niche on YouTube, you can only get so big. I mean, there's only so many people out there watching resellers. If you take it to the step of like Froggy, for instance, doing a lot of yard sale videos is your main thing, because you got different niches inside the reselling niche. You got your yard sale, estate sale videos, you got like your what sold videos, then you got tips and improvements such as like daily refinement, auction professor type videos. So you got different niches inside of the reselling niche, and there's only so big you can get inside of that niche and for you to generate income. Now, you will generate income if you share a certain eBay store, whatever. You will get buys from people who watch you on YouTube. You can get, sponsors through the different companies once you get big enough and have a portfolio available through that. But the time versus the income for most people it's not even there. So, I mean, if you're looking to do YouTube as a moneymaker, stay out of the reselling niche. I wouldn't find another niche to go into, because, I mean, look at the biggest resellers, YouTube's Craigslist Hunter. He's a big one. He's been doing it for years. But if he was doing something else, like if he had a yachting channel, like a boating or fishing channel, and he put that same amount of time into that YouTube channel, I mean, he could grow way more than where he's at. If you're doing YouTube, I would never, especially reselling related, never do it for the money ever, because I mean, it's not going to pay off.
Okay, I'm jumping.
Versus the time you put into it.
Paul, I found the messages.
How'd you find it? Where was it?
They were in the.
Oh, requested folder. It was like auto blocking you or something.
We found them.
We got you now. More limited time frame, hard to waste time, part-time, can't put things off really. Yeah, I can see that too, because if you're a full-timer, you got to be like a self-starter, self-motivator, and you got to keep at it. You got to find things so you're not burning yourself out constantly, other things to do. And YouTube is one of them for us, but I find myself a lot procrastinating or putting things off that I shouldn't be putting off because I got the time. I can say, well, I can do that tomorrow, or I can do that the next day. But yeah, I completely agree with that. Started looking at eBay as an income to help my family. I appreciate all the information you said. Can you say hi to my daughter, Bella? Hey, Bella.
Hey.
That's I like that name, Bella.
That's crazy.
That's what we was going to name our unborn baby. I was wanting to name her Bella, wasn't I?
Yeah, but we went with Crimson Bell.
Belle, yeah. So, hey, Bella. I agree. I have been part-time for 15 years. I only sell about 4 things a day, but I can be very picky about what I sell. Oh, and I sell only small stuff. I hate figuring out shipping. Yeah, that kind of brings up another point to it is, like, most of the time we'll sell, I don't really have a dollar. If it's easy to photo, easy to ship, I'll sell something for $4 or $5. Don't mind it. But now that we're opening up the shop here, I'm trying to get away from that. I want to just list higher dollar items. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah,
the key to being successful full-time reseller is diversify, one, and discipline is 2. Because you got to have both. You got to have a good brain to diversify out, and then you got to be able to think about things, figure out things, before they happen, a month in advance, 2 months in advance, have plans, and you got to be disciplined to achieve everything that you in your plan.
Yeah, the pros that I'd rather take reselling over a real JLB any day.
100%.
Most definitely.
100%, I would. I mean, we look at our reselling as a job. I mean, when we're here, we're on the clock. When we're not, we're not. So, I mean,
or sometimes we just take pictures.
I'm trying to, it's hard to separate it, which in any business, if you're self-employed, it's hard to separate any business, whether you're a part-time, say you're a taxidermist on the side, or a woodworker, or anything really. And even if it's your own business, it's hard to separate home life versus work life. And that's something we've struggled with, even, now that we got this shop and stuff. It's hard to leave stuff here and not take it home, or to bring stuff from home, bring it here. So, I mean, it's a huge balancing act.
You said reselling in an RV isn't a huge niche. No, it really doesn't.
Well, I mean, if you go and Clemson Bell,
it doesn't have a good
like Traveling Salvation. If you go though on YouTube and research, like, van lives, or the RV channels where they don't have the reseller niche involved, look how big those channels are. There's guys who just go out to RV dealerships, and they just basically review the new campers. They'll go in there and show you around them, and them guys are getting millions of views. So, mm-hmm. I mean, I could see that, but you got certain people come just to see your RV talk that don't care anything about reselling, and then you got people that want just reselling, nothing to do with RV talk. I mean, you can't make everybody happy.
Gigi said you look like Ryan Fitzpatrick.
I think I'm on Diet Green. Now I'm waiting on my brown to come in enough so I can shave it off, and then I'll go back to my normal.
Are you guys going to buy in your new shop? That's my biggest thing about my card shop. I buy daily.
Yes, that is the
goal.
That is the main reason we decided to open a shop, was to be able to buy stuff.
I'm watching a guy who started YouTube.
See,
channels.
that's insane. If you're doing YouTube, any kind of goal to make money, yeah, I would stay away from the reselling niche. And one thing I have found is you don't ever want to combine them whatsoever. And it's hard. Like, you don't want to take two different niches and smush them together. Okay, like and
says, restoration is a great example.
Yeah, and I'm bad about this too. Like, super bad about this. Like, I will bring stuff that's not reselling related and I'll throw it in one of our reselling videos. And generally that video does really bad. And one, the analytics, such as like the view duration, average view time. Two, the thumbs up versus the interaction, the thumbs down, which they don't really matter because you're still invoking emotion, which YouTube wants. YouTube don't look at a thumbs up and a thumbs down different. You're invoking an emotion to make someone click. That's good. But in the comments, even looking at comments, and anytime I bring anything other than reselling into it, usually them videos do pretty bad because it's a reselling channel and most of these people are here for reselling content.
Bye, Chizzy. Have fun at work. And Roll Tide, not Buckeyes.
See ya, buddy. See ya. Yeah, Restoration blew up real fast. And Rev and Nikki T, I mean, they're super nice people.
On their eBay,
they're super likable people. I love Nikki T and Rev and David to death.
They're awesome.
And
sorry, y'all.
He knew how to shift gears,
when to shift gears.
He knew exactly, he was putting all this time in to
Rev
resell, and because he loved it, he enjoyed it, he loved all you guys and gals. And that's the reason he was doing it, because he enjoys interacting in this community. And he said, well, if I can take a part of that time away and do something that I actually enjoy doing as my hobby and film that, and let's turn this into something else. And he did that. So, and that channel is exploding.
It's doing actually better than his resale channel.
Because it's a bigger niche. I mean, restoration channels, working on cars, that's a huge niche in YouTube, and the sky's really the limit in that kind of stuff, because then you're getting in the car guys, you're getting in the restoration guys. They may not even like restoring cars, but they like the process of it. You're bringing in some ASMR to it, of people just listening, to him talk, working on things, that kind of deal. And
we'll come back to
that. I mean, he's blowing that up.
Yeah, I told them hell with reselling, put it all in restoration.
Yeah, I told him the exact same thing. I was like, dude, that's gonna pay. That's where it's at right there. Don't do away with the reselling, because all you guys and gals, that's the reason we're here. We enjoy the friendship and talking with you, but move a lot of them over to that channel, and he did it right. He's not really intertwining the two. He did start at first. He was doing his live shows on trying to pull the restoration people into his Rev Resale channel, and it wasn't bringing the crowd he wanted. So then he switched over and brought in, let's do a live on the restoration channel, and the crowd exploded. That right there, just a tried and true test of not interchanging, the niches that you're in. But yeah, Rev and Nikki T, they're killing it on that channel. Yep, that's another huge one. That's kind of where we're at now. We're wanting to start another channel, and we have, but I'm wanting to start another one outside of that one too. That's, if you look at any, like, people love to watch other people's families, like look at family vlog type channels, that kind of stuff. I mean, them channels explode, and I don't know why people want to watch, but they do. And I don't
think people want to watch a vlog of us.
And like fail type videos, things going wrong, comedy videos, them do really well. And yeah, the other channel we're doing, it's going to be like a mix of just doing, because I want to do something with my kids, and then Courtney can do some stuff, especially after the baby's born, like they see challenges from other YouTubers, or
I'm gonna do a few challenges after she's born.
that
I just
kind of
can't
thing.
Do it right now.
And like eating challenges and pain type videos do really good.
I've seen so many eating challenges I want to do. It's hard not to try to
And
eat it.
but the thing, you got to toe a fine line. We're having to figure out how to toe the fine line with that, because YouTube is,
You gotta make sure you're not
yeah, they're real that way leaning,
torturing your
you know,
child.
and you can't show like blood on YouTube or they'll age restrict your video, and that cuts your income completely down. And so I've been doing a few pain videos on that other channel, and they've been doing pretty good so far.
Well, mine, when I hit you, didn't do. I mean, it did okay. But when your brother hit you, that was. I guess it was just because it was a guy beating a guy, not a pregnant wife beating her husband, I guess.
I think you do good on a channel about barbecuing. Yeah, cooking does do
We
good.
We should have probably filmed our whole experience when we did our competition.
Yeah, when we were on the competition circuit.
Probably should have, but we didn't.
Yeah, but now we're kind of, I mean, it's getting to the, if you start, I mean, we're getting stuck. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but between, you know, put what time goes where. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because we're still going to keep doing the reselling videos and everything because we enjoy it. That's the only reason we're doing them. And we're still going to keep doing them, but we got to pull time from somewhere else between running eBay, Amazon, which takes a lot of time, all these different platforms. And then we got to opening a shop, having a new baby coming, plus our 2 kids already. We got to figure out how to allot time for another channel to be able to do that a lot. And yeah, we've been learning and researching, but I mean, when it comes to YouTube, you're not going to make your money from views necessarily. You're going to make your money from sponsors, you know, sponsors.
Well, once we get the store established
and branding,
and
like merch,
Crimson Born, and organize this a little bit better, it'll smooth itself out.
Yeah.
It's just there's a lot going on in a short time frame that we're trying to cram it all in right now.
Yeah. Yep. But the pain videos I've been doing, them are fun.
Especially when I beat him, but then I feel bad.
So. Well, I mean, they're easy to make. Just one, you know, there's no editing, just one shot, so people don't say it's fake or whatever. And you stand there and get tortured for 6-7 minutes and upload it. And those type videos, like one guy, Houston Jones, he's a big pain guy. I mean, he does extremely well. The Bell Life, they're another big channel. They do extremely well. And mainly I'm leaning that way now because I don't have the time to do anything else. I don't have the time to film a family style vlog. I don't have the time to film, you know, a cooking channel right now. I don't have the time, you know, to edit it and stuff. I don't have the time, you know.
It's like I said, it's a lot we're trying to cram in on a short amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
It'll go a little bit easier.
Robert said that doesn't sound fun at all.
It'll go easier. Like I said, once she's born, the store gets open, we smooth everything down a little bit.
I don't know why people like to watch pain, but they do.
Editing is time consuming. I will agree.
100%. 100%. Nice. And one thing I do want to point out, now that I have been learning YouTube and figuring this out, is
this a troll? It said hi, and then it says you from
Alabama.
I always try to come up with a new product it is, but I don't know how to copyright or patents really well.
Yeah, that is, I think, you get like patents done. I ain't sure. I ain't the guy for that. I don't know. What I've noticed now too about YouTube is activity on your account. I think YouTube wants to see consistency more than anything. By consistency, I don't mean daily videos or anything like that. I mean set a time. And this is something I'm bad at because I just don't do it. Set a time for a release of your video every week. Such as, say, you're going to release videos 2 times a week, which I think is really good number, and set them up to come out the same time every single time. So say you're going to drop a video on Sunday and Thursdays, or Sundays and Wednesdays, and pick a time and drop them at that same time every single time. They want to see that kind of consistency, and then they also want to see interaction, whether you're getting a thumbs up, thumbs down, comments, that kind of thing. And they want to see that you're responding to some. You don't have to respond to every comment, but you're interacting with the comments, whether you're hearting a few of them or responding to a few of them. Their algorithm, I think, want to see that too.
She said private label is great on Amazon.
If you can figure out what you want to do.
I think that's a troll.
You know, channel Preston. Yep, that my kids watch them. Preston. Sure do. That's who my kids watch, and they make killing on their merch and their branding. One thing I wished I would have done different, which I really don't, because like I say, reselling is such a small niche anyway on YouTube. And what I'm doing differently on the other channels I'm starting is I'm not uploading near as much. And everybody said, well, you don't need to upload every day, blah blah blah. And and at the time I was just doing it because I wanted to do it. But in order to grow your channel, you got to let your videos breathe. I wished I would have took that advice on month 1 instead of putting time in every day and not getting any results. I'll get to that in a second. But I would say set a time maybe once a week or twice a week. Drop your videos consistently at the same time, and then let it breathe. That's one of the mistakes we made coming into it. We were uploading way too much. Do you guys go by when YouTube says to drop your videos? I probably need to, but we don't. But probably be a good idea. I've just now started here recently, like really diving in, looking at analytics, looking at the algorithm of YouTube. Not necessarily for this channel, but the other channels that I want to start to actually make money. So, that'd probably be a good idea, though.
Start searching Facebook Marketplace for local sales with the search items need gone ASAP or need gone today. Those are wrapped for local.
Hey, I work. Heck yeah. I've heard private label is good, but I've also heard if your product does well, they'll steal it and call it Amazon Basics. Yeah, you were one of them, and in hindsight's 2020. I should have took that advice and ran with it.
But he didn't.
But I didn't. But yeah, should have definitely listened to Tommy.
I think he's been in enough eBay jail to.
Well, that, and he's been on YouTube a while.
I'm saying though, he's probably had his fair share.
But like I say, at the time we were just doing it because we wanted to do it, and I really wasn't paying that much attention to the views or the analytics.
Willie Sales on eBay says, I haven't had any sales in 8 days. Have you had a slow month too?
It was because eBay jacked us up for that one time for December, but now it's back to, I guess, normal. We're selling anywhere between 6 and 12 a day, something like that.
It just depends really on how much we list.
Athens, good to have you here as well. Willie Sales on eBay.
And Swoop in seconds.
Awesome.
That reminds me, Swoop in seconds, like car backing at Walmart.
Oh yeah. Anywho.
Why don't you just take when you're about to get in a parking spot at Walmart and some idiot flies in behind you and steals the same parking spot you were gonna get?
Yeah, I was pulling into Walmart, and you turn down the aisle, and then they got the spots going one way, and then they're going up the other way. Well, I was going back into one of them spots. I had my reverse lights on, was backing up, and this car come flying in behind me, cuts this crazy 10-point turn and whips into that spot.
I about pulled my deal.
I was mad. I was mad. The analytics are fast, and my videos are a grind. Yep. I'm trying to figure out the best way to approach it. And right now, the political side of videos are exploding. They have been for the past year, but now they're really exploding. Bless his heart, man. Bless his heart.
Terry says, hi, Bo. I'm so glad I catch a live of you again. Have you thought about selling stuff local on Facebook Marketplace and using New Shop as a pickup point for customers? Yes, on the shop. No, on Facebook Marketplace. We don't do Facebook.
Yeah, I'm planning on, like I say, I'm gonna be able to sell more furniture in here. That's a plus, and bigger things. But the main reason behind it is I want to have another way to buy stuff. These dope heads that need their fix is gonna come sell me stuff for 20%, 10%, 5% of what it's worth. That's
I don't know. Jennifer, are you referring to what I just did, or
I don't know.
She tried to block
She probably did too. Some weirdos, man.
I told you when he first came in, I thought he was a troll.
Politics are huge, but you have death threats daily. I can't imagine. I said
Publix is just as bad. Walmart. eBay parking is like a Goodwill bin shopping. Bye, Kevin.
See you, Kevin. Yeah, hopefully we'll have one up soon. I mean, maybe in a week or two.
We never know when Crimson's coming, so she could come early.
I hope not.
But if she does, yeah, we'll see. See, even Sean thought he was a troll. Jennifer had him in timeout first. I didn't hide him. I blocked him.
I don't know what we did. We never have him, folks.
I told you when he first came in, I thought he was a troll.
No, trolls need love too.
Not that one. That one's talking about something.
He was urinating on something. He said.
Fergie.
Who's Fergie?
Fergie-licious.
Some people, man. I mean, how did they even get into the genetic pool is what I want to know. How did we get to where we're at now?
Not just in YouTube, but in everywhere.
Anyhow, well, I guess we're going to run, get some work done. Might as well, right? Thank y'all for hanging out with us, and
glad you could join us.
Yeah, thank y'all for hanging out with us.
Even though it is a Friday. No, it's not a great name for a baby. No. Or just Crimson Belle.
Was going to name her Crimson Tide, like Tyde. But she would never be able to go to college anywhere but Alabama, so we figured that was probably a bad idea. Right?
Yeah. Never seen
Millennial Millie. No, but I need to look her up. She gets some crap. Keyboard, what is it? Keyboard Cowboys.
Glad you could join us here at the end.
Y'all have a good day. We'll see y'all sometime, right?
What did Steven say?
It's unreal. It's unreal.
Okay. Well.
We'll end it on that. See y'all.
Bye.